What is going on, guys? This is Michael Williams, and today I wanted to talk a little bit about a movie that's coming out. I'm sure you all heard about it. It's something that kind of took me back at first, but I'm slowly warming up to the idea. Obviously, you can tell by the title / thumbnail that I'm talking about Detective Pikachu. Now, a few months ago, there was like a rumor going around that there were a few companies fighting for the live action movie rights for Pokemon, and I, like many others, were like, why is this happening? Why are we getting a live action Pokemon movie? How is that going to work? What are they thinking? We've had enough live action adaptations that have completely just bombed, completely destroyed the story that they were supposed to be telling, and I felt as if Pokemon was just going to follow that same path, follow that same road. How do you fit 8 gym battles in there in a Pokemon League, get Team Rocket and all that if you're going based off the games, or you're going based off something else? Are you taking elements from other games, other parts of the mythos that maybe haven't been portrayed a lot? So I had no idea what to think. I thought it was a terrible idea. And then a few months back, we finally got the announcement that it was actually going to be a Detective Pikachu movie. Now, if you're still not familiar with Detective Pikachu is actually a 3DS game that's only in Japan, where a boy and a talking Pikachu who sounds like a grown man, they solve mysteries in the Pokemon world, and it's pretty silly, it's pretty ridiculous, but I kind of love it. And I don't really care. I'm kind of excited. So once they announced that it was a Detective Pikachu movie, I was kind of on board. Still a little like, but it felt like it was a better choice than doing a traditional Pokemon story. I guess they could have done something else, but I got a little less worried about the product. But I was still a bit skeptical. It's still a live action Pokemon movie at the end of the day, and I actually don't know how well written Detective Pikachu the game is. I don't know if it's based directly on the game or if they're going to do a different story. I have no idea, but I don't know how well written that story is. So still a bit skeptical. But then we got this news just a few days ago. It may have been a week ago at the time of this video's release. So apparently Guardians of the Galaxy's Nicole Perlman and Gravity Falls' own creator Alex Hirsch are going to be potentially writing this movie. And needless to say, I'm pretty much sold. If Alex Hirsch is on board, I have 100% confidence, because Gravity Falls was an incredible show, really well written, really well done, really well crafted, and this really kind of gives me hope for live action Pokemon movies, because I think if Alex Hirsch is involved, he'll be able to help craft a really well built world and potentially get a Pokemon cinematic universe, which would be very interesting, which would be really weird to start with Detective Pikachu if that actually becomes a thing. But the idea of a live action Pokemon cinematic universe where there are actually good writers and people who, I can imagine Alex Hirsch actually caring about Pokemon. And same goes for Nicole Perlman. I'm not too familiar with her work, but a lot of people love Guardians of the Galaxy, and I think it was a good movie. I thought it was a really good movie. I thought it was a good introduction for Marvel's greater universe outside of Earth. So if these two are actually really writing this movie, I have a hard time having a problem with this movie. I know it sounds like a silly movie. I know it sounds like a ridiculous idea, but I think it could actually be really well done. I think it could be very funny, maybe even emotional if Alex Hirsch is involved. And it kind of gets me excited. What else could they add for a live-action Pokemon movie? I find it hard to do the standard games or anything based off the anime. Please, nothing based off the anime. The traditional earning 8 badges and go to the Pokemon League. I don't know if that could work. But who knows? If it becomes a franchise, it becomes a cinematic movie franchise where it's all a shared universe, which would be really interesting, then I could imagine them doing, maybe a 2-parter to some certain trainer. Maybe we could even see some of the Ore region again, which would be really, really cool. Maybe they could bring that back. Now, as I'm sure a lot of you have probably heard as well, that people want Danny DeVito to voice Pikachu because in the game he's voiced by a grown man, and I'm not against that. I want to live in that world where Danny DeVito is voicing Pikachu in a live action movie. That would make my life, that'd make everything perfect. But now that Alex Hirsch is on board, Nicole Perlman's on board as well, assuming that they are on board. I think they're just in talks. I don't know if it's 100% confirmed that they are definitely writing this movie, so we'll see. But I really think that if they are on board, especially Alex Hirsch, you know, we love our Gravity Falls over here. I'm sure you watch and you love your Gravity Falls. I think this could make for a very good movie and very funny. It could possibly lead to something even greater down the road for Pokemon in movies, which is crazy because I never could have pictured a live action movie. I'm still trying to picture how the characters are going to look, like how a CG Pikachu is going to look next to a live action person. I don't know how they're going to pull that off. I really don't. Not to mention any other Pokemon that they're going to have in this movie because they're supposed to be solving Pokemon related mysteries. So who knows? Maybe it'll look, I hope it'll look good. I really do. I really hope it'll look good because that's kind of going to be a big selling point when you're presenting a live action Pokemon movie. But I think at the very least, if these two are on board, it will be written well. But I just wanted to get my quick thoughts on this movie because I've been kind of thinking about it every now and then, and I think it's kind of a good idea. So let us know what you think in the comments down below. Do you think a Detective Pikachu movie is a good idea? Do you think it's a bad idea? Do you think it might work, may not work? Are you happy about Alex Hirsch and Nicole Perlman's involvement? How do you think it's going to look? Do you think a Pokemon cinematic universe could actually work? Maybe we'll do a video on that. Maybe we'll make a discussion video about that in the near future. Now that I think about it. But let us know what you think could happen in the Pokemon cinematic universe, how you think this story is going to go. Should Danny DeVito voice Pikachu? Let us know in the comments down below. Thanks so much for watching. I've been Michael Williams. You've been watching Cartoon Universe, and we will see you in the next video. Peace.